Islam, Sheikh Dwayne Bey, Islam, I'm Moorish American Nation, Islam. Um, I'm Ron Arrington-Bey, and as your wife, it's March 28th, 2022, and I'm going to continue to, this is part 3 on the video. So, once again, Imani and I, we are transitioning from we're transitioning to predominantly slowly a predominantly raw fruits and vegetable diet. This is our choice. So and this correlates to the chemistry of our body. And and once again, I've given testimony of how we started transitioning. I started transitioning us in 2010 approximately. It was definitely 2010. I started to change my diet slowly but surely. And in that, my health and mental state rose and became more balanced Islam. So just studying my body and myself Islam. And so I give testimony about not having to go to a doctor for anything since then. I keep forgetting sometimes. I forgot when I was in New York. When I went, we had to go to the doctor to get ibuprofen for our feet, because we traveled up there in the cold, and so I went to get ibuprofen for our feet. But that otherwise is because of sickness. I haven't had an issue. Now I have had forced engagements of unclean spirits that can force you to cough once or twice. My genitals being attacked to inflict some form or activate some form of disease or something. But through cleansing, listening to my body, my frequency rose. And so that's how the healing of my organs, healing of my genitals, healing and protection of my organs and genitals have occurred. Islam. So, I'm pretty sure the physical celibacy definitely helped. Physical celibacy and just having one spiritual partner or obligation to you in a sacred mental growth has helped. And I know that you don't have any diseases or viruses. So one of the things I realized in reference to that is that these unclean, unnatural spirits, what they're trying to do is, once again, especially those that speak Spanish and the Black Negro, and those that are unclean and unnatural that are pale skin. But once again, in Annapolis, what I've experienced are those that are predominantly African American, Black Negro, and those that speak Spanish or that are melanated, that have been more aggressive and more violent spiritually and mentally. Okay, yeah, and then when I give testimony, especially in the connection to unnaturalized military, Navy, or Army connection, police, the pale skin, which looks to be unkept, sometimes a lot mentally transformed, seem to be like if I'm walking back and forth to work, will be walking around me or close to me or more on my path to work than usual. And I might look away and see a Black Negro female in regular attire, okay, like business, looking, and then get in their car as they watch Islam. So this is the connection to how so-called race crimes can be done, and not really demonstrating the reason why it was being done. So if there is I've given testimony over and over about hearing Black Negro African American accents saying "brother loves you," "she love your son," like a unclean unnatural spirit is stalking Imani. For example, like I've heard Imani start making noises in his sleep. Then all of a sudden someone says, "she love your son," and all of a sudden it stops. So what they're trying to, this is the extended stay America in the middle of the night. It's like either in the room, like a technology or a voice being using the sound, science of sound, in the room or outside the room. And then all of a sudden the money will stop making noises while he is sleeping. He doesn't remember. So what that is implementing is a form of bondage and fear. If I'm watching my child, just like I'll give testimony about being attacked constantly, and then someone says she love your son, and that she is an artificial intelligence, okay, a robot or some other unclean abomination disease spirit, and it wants to be the first that Imani has sex with or want to breed with, and then it starts implementing a form of fear, because it's a part of the abomination world that encourage bondage, that it has that is trying to implement a generation of unclean, unnatural spirits that has a violent tendency, that are not able to connect to natural laws. So, or I have experienced definitely so many times earning money at Burger King for sharp pains, my cranium, my chest, my anus, and so forth. So many times, I can't tell you how many times I've seen customers walk towards the register saying "brother," or hearing someone saying "brother." Sometimes it sounds like it's coming from co-workers. I'm not sure, but a lot of times it does sound that way. And I'm saying that definitely, and or in an odd way, I don't know if they're saying brother on the thing, on the headset or whatever, hearing peace, the word peace. So still hearing citizens say he F-U-C-K-U, he F-U-C-K her. Okay, so this is how the implementation. I've given testimony before this video of this. So it's good that I'm reiterating, because this is what I've experienced, and this is it's like, why is this being said? Why is it being done? But I don't know their intentions, and I don't know why. I can assume, but until someone states their true intentions, why is for me in reference to being lawful, I say I don't know. It's just like I was reading from this thing called Hustle, that it says something about Burger King course wants your dreams, wants to be connected to your dreams. I've never on Twitter accused Burger King of being a part of the invasion of my dreams, or I've never on Twitter accused staff members of being a part on Twitter invading my dreams or invading this room. But because I noticed under my one tweet at the top, I was giving testimony of a forced dream of a black male, and then a similar look to like to be CJ CJ. He is the scheduler of Burger King, and I was typing, and I meant to put and of Phyllis, the manager, but the type somehow, and I didn't catch it, put it's Phyllis, the manager. I didn't. So, and I've seen this happen so many times on my tablet, just like my tablet freezing up when someone's saying paid at extended stay, or hearing like a humanoid robot or so forth. My tablet is acting odd, or all of a sudden a word might come up that I didn't put, but I didn't catch it. So it says it's Phyllis, the manager, on that tweet, and I didn't mean to do that, definitely, because I'm not accusing her. That's why I use the word similar. I had a dream similar. I had a dream, and the in the dream it looked similar to. So as far as I know, I would say I have never accused them unless in saying that it's them. Islam. But I even up in that same tweet, I think you can see even the word video is typed wrong. I think the word say was twice. So, but I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it. I had already started doing a line of tweets up under it. So, I just said I'm going to keep reiterating. I'm not accusing Phyllis. I'm not accusing CJ. And I'm not accusing Thomas. I'm not accusing James. I'm not accusing Naomi. I'm not accusing, who else? Dora, Jet, Mindy, and whoever else that works for Burger King, Muhammad, at the store I work at. Okay. But I can say what I've experienced in reference to a visual being similar. Islam. Because that's what I have said, tweeted on Burger King. And I've said this in other videos, but I'm glad I'm saying it now. So in reference to a tablet that's being manipulated, so this is how artificial intelligence also can create a lawsuit. So they're trying to create a lawsuit to protect, or not protect, and I'm not saying this is not, I'm not going to say protect, but try to create a lawsuit of some sort. Like I've given testimony of hearing, on the physical plane, hearing people say lawyer getting a lawsuit, brother paid, like they say brother, I've heard them say Birdman, werewolf, and so forth. Then they can. So if you make a mistake, you think you made the mistake, but it's not really your mistake. It's really you didn't catch it, and your tablet can be manipulated to say a sentence a certain way, and that wasn't your intention. Islam. So getting back to end this video. So what unclean, unnatural, abomination spirit, what I see as a spiritual woman and implementing natural divine laws, as a spiritual free woman, along with Imani Grebe, who is a spiritual free man, natural divine celestial beings, what they do, like many times, the TV, which controls social media and programs that are implemented in the population and globally, hide truth, trying to maintain a false world, because in the spirit of truth, that it is their destruction. They are not infinite. In the spirit of truth, they are finite. Islam, because they are outside of natural law. So in the spirit of truth, they are not infinite. It's been prophesied of the unclean, unnatural spirits being destroyed and destined for them to be transformed into an energy that will harmonize in natural law. So to maintain a low frequency, and not only that, by using thought, which is energy, to promote it, unclean spirits that the TV, their satellite, can program those to continue to implement and hide truth. Okay, let me back up. So for example, I have this video of immigrants coming over here, and they're showing the immigrants that look to be predominantly from South Central Mexico, South Central America and Mexico, or it could be from different parts of Africa that they're not showing, but that's what it looked like predominantly. Those that inhabit that predominantly the state of Texas, Texas, where almost the entire state went without electricity, and they had fatalities. People were they made the TV was showing how people were coming from all over to help Texas out because they didn't have clean water. They didn't have clean water. They didn't have food and this went on for a little while on this landmass in the state of Texas. So it looked like there was some form of electricity shortage. I don't know exactly how it happened, but knowing that we are among artificial intelligence that can control technological devices and electricity, that a government is using to promote bondage because they are outside of natural law. This is lab. When I say artificial intelligence, I'm not saying that they are from the stars. I am saying, like the TV and those on the TV, they are lab experiments that can control technology and electricity. Why would not a government who is promoting bondage use them to shut down electricity and cause some form of chaos? So when I see this video of a large amount of immigrants coming over here, and they're trying to demonstrate a form of compassion, all the while showing what is happening, because on TV, it's like they're going into sex trafficking rings. They're going into sex trafficking rings as though the sex trafficking behavior implementation is not being done globally upon those who are not immigrants. So upon those who are already here. Then also you have to think of those immigrants and those that are here that have different strands of the telepathic code that code has been deliberately tampered with and manipulated with spirits that can cause a generation of kids to grow up that are able to do extraordinary things, but have a violent tendency that they can control, so they can activate and deactivate when they need. Islam. And so you wouldn't think someone that's driving a $100,000 car or living in a $2 million home, a millionaire, can be a control entity with the telepathic code that is full, that has been designed to have unclean, unnatural spirits in it. But it's true. Islam, that I know for a fact. So when I see and then also they've had reports of these immigrants being transported in different, all around this landmass in different states. So if they are transformed immigrants, transform a man and mankind of something, you don't know what it is, and a unclean, unnatural, abomination spirit is trying to implement sex trafficking, bondage, make artificial intelligence some form of a first-class citizen or in that world, and then there is some form of chaotic situation like food shortages and so forth, then this can be a reason why so many are able to come here, because they were coming over here before with the telepathic code. Not all, but there were unclean, unnatural spirits being allowed to come over here before 70, 80 years ago. Okay? And they were being used to invade the minds of the citizens who didn't know that they exist with the telepathic code, who didn't know why they were experiencing illnesses and so forth, pains. And so they were able to come before and do such things, but now it's been normalized because the distribution of the telepathic code has gone global to many. And so those that were actually being preyed upon actually feel as though possibly that they have some form of leverage now, but they don't, because they don't know, they have no idea what that entity put in that telepathic code that they distribute to in the different strands they put in the telepathic code to keep them from connecting to natural laws. Natural laws, which includes the organic constitution, or the divine natural laws of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and other natural attributes that governs the earth and harmonizes with the earth and the universe. Islam. And those are my thoughts. I think that pretty much covers it right now. Let me see. So, a lot of times in reference to me experiencing different foresharp pains, predominantly while I'm earning money at Burger King. I'm not accusing Burger King or anyone there, but definitely these are foresharp pains by unclean, unnatural spirits. They're attacking different parts of my mind. So what I do is, what I know is, if I'm having problems with visual, and I'm feeling pressure around different the back of my cranium, my occipital, whatever parts of the mind that control different areas of your senses, that's what these unclean, unnatural spirits are used for. And so that's what they have always been used for. Islam, always. This is what they have been using them for a long time. And I'm not accusing every hospital and physician of knowing of their existence. But I know, I definitely have thoughts that there are too many that knew 80 years ago, and they fed off of it and made lots and lots and lots and lots of money from it. Because there are medical centers that are used, that have been created for healing, and that is their intention. And they had no idea of such things, and they would never use unclean spirits. But there are too many physicians, or medical centers, pharmaceutical companies that knew what was going on, the connection with the satellite, the TV, and these unclean, unnatural spirits, and why so many people, and the humanoid robots that exude radiation, where we have cancer patients and so forth. They knew, and they just made lots and lots and lots of money. It's like creating wars that they say that many have documented and researched how banks make money, or those that are connected to banks make money after through creation of wars. So you have masses of soldiers, you have masses of soldiers being killed in wars that were created by banks, and yet the banks they made buku money, lots of money. So this is all connection to an abomination, unclean, unnatural spirit implementing a low frequency abomination world that is an attack on natural law, all the while saying peace. Okay? All the while they keep saying, I can't tell you how many times people who obviously are programmed or are going along with the program are saying peace, and you can tell that they know that there's something that there's abuse and other things are going on. So if you are programmed to keep saying peace, peace cannot be implemented without freedom. But yet you are a part of inflicting pain, invading someone's personal space, implementing bondage. Then you are being used 9 times out of 10. I always use the doubt, maybe consciously or unconsciously programmed to implement that abomination world of bondage that has been destined and prophesied to be destroyed. Islam, and that's all it is to it. So that's what's so in connection to the medical centers, the physicians, the pharmaceutical companies that have known for a long time this is what is going on. I'm going to say over 80 years. And then there are some that have not and would never. But there are too many that knew. Islam, and money and buku money was being made globally, with the satellite, the TV being an assistance, with the unnaturalized military. If the unnaturalized military, Navy, and Army are implementing bondage, are using acts of terrorism upon citizens that are implementing true law, the organic constitution, whether it's mentally, physically, or physically, which connects to spiritually, then they are being used as weapons. They are being used as weapons upon the earth, upon true American citizens that are implementing natural law. They are implementing a bondage, a world that is destined to be destroyed. They are not here or to implement some form of protection of natural law in that which is here. They are here, that which is controlling them, which is a foreign entity, are using them to implement forms of bondage, forms of harm, forms of acts of terrorism, Islam. And to be naturalized, you must have taken an oath. True naturalization, you must have taken an oath or affirm, and I gotta remember to say unnaturalized police, the oath or affirm to uphold the U.S.A. Constitution of 1787. That includes the 13th Amendment with 20 sections. And in the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, Section 19, it says, all men are free. The spirit of freedom is connected to natural law. So if you have unnaturalized military, Navy, and Army saying, I need it, or average citizens, Negro, Black, the brother, saying, I need it, we paid, racist, you're racist, they racist, whatever false reality they trying to create to justify why they should be able to rape spiritually or mentally or physically, molest, whatever it is, that's because they are implementing a falsity of reality and trying to implement bondage, and which is an attack on natural law, which is connected to the natural laws that governs and harmonize with the earth and the universe. And that's all it is too. It's no ifs, ands, buts about it. They're not protectorates. They're not heroes. They're not Navy heroes, Army heroes. They are being used as weapons of acts of terrorism. These are unnaturalized spirits I'm talking about. Islam.